Moments ago, a lawyer for singer R. Kelly entered a plea of not guilty on all counts of sexual abuse filed against the singer. He's been indicted on 10 counts of aggravated sexual abuse against 4 victims. 3 of them, the district attorney says, were underage at the time of the alleged attacks. Joining me right now is CNN national correspondent Sarah Seidner from Chicago with much more on this. Sarah, what happened in the court?
So there were 2 hearings today. The first one was brief. It was about 10 seconds. It was in front of Judge Martin. He basically just gave the name of the judge who will be presiding over these cases in the future. Judge Lawrence Flood will be the judge presiding in these cases. We saw R. Kelly in the first case this morning. He was wearing an orange jumpsuit with a typical jail jumpsuit. And then he moved to the second court, and we saw him come in. His attorney was there. He was flanked by 3 sheriff's deputies. He was also wearing the orange jail jumpsuit, and the judge read out the charges against him. He mentioned the aggravated sexual abuse charges. There are 10 counts and the indictments that involve 4 women, 3 of whom were minors at the time, according to the state's attorney. Mr. Kelly was very quiet. He was very, very quiet. We could only hear him almost a whisper when he acknowledged that he had heard what the judge said. Then his attorney, Steve Greenberg, went in front of the judge, and he pleaded not guilty on all 10 counts. Then the judge went ahead and marked in March 22nd for his next hearing, and so that's where we are. What we do also know, though, is that R. Kelly has been in jail for the past 48 plus hours because his attorney says he cannot afford the $100,000 in bail that he would have to pay, 10% of the $1 million bond that the judge ordered on Saturday. What they're doing now is trying to rustle up that money, but for now, R. Kelly is back in custody.
Sarah, thanks so much for the update. Appreciate it. Joining me right now to discuss this, CNN legal analyst and criminal defense attorney Joey Jackson's back here with me. So, Joey, he wasn't able to post bail, as Sarah points out. If he doesn't come up with it, does that mean he just stays in jail until trial, which could be when?
It could be whenever the trial is, which could be some months down the line. I would suspect that at some point, if it's not from his own holdings, I know that there are reports about child support, reports about a whole array of things, that money mismanagement, et cetera. So I would suspect, whether he has friends or someone else, that he'll come up with it and be in a position to fight it from the outside. But that's a product of our system. Bail is to ensure you return to court. The judge felt it appropriate to set $250,000 as to each particular victim. Some were arguing as to whether he would be let out at all, that is remanded and not have the option of bail. So the fact that he has the option of bail, Kate's a good thing. Whether he comes up with it or not is going to be up to him and his associates. So
there's a long road ahead on how this is going to go. There will be another hearing, as Sarah says, next month. But his attorney is making the case already that one of the alleged victims now is one of the alleged victims from his earlier trial where he had been acquitted. He was indicted in 2002. Trial was in 2008.
That's right.
He says that means double jeopardy, and so that victim shouldn't be involved in this case at all. Do you have enough information to decide if that's right?
Well, put it this way, Kate. No one, I think, has all the information, because as the matter goes forward, there's discovery that changes hands. And discovery simply means that the prosecutor has all types of documents and facts and figures and audios and videos or anything else they have, police statements that his attorneys will get and they'll evaluate. But on the evidence as it stands now, there are concerns about the double jeopardy argument that I see. What are they? The first trial that you alluded to, 2002 arrest, trial 2008, related to the issue of possession of child pornography. That's separate and distinguishable from the current offenses he's charged with, which is the actual sexual assault aspect of it. And so remember what double jeopardy is. It's that you cannot be tried for the same offense twice. To the extent that this is a different offense, I have concerns as to the viability of the argument that this is no good for this forum. But they'll make the argument.
The same victim, if you will.
Right.
Jeez.
Exactly.
Okay. Much more to come. Thanks, Joe. I really appreciate it.
Always.